I read the flyers for Market Basket and Aldi. I just want to show that it's okay to, have a good income, be a CPA, but still live a very humble lifestyle. My lifestyle has seriously shrunk.
As I am. Like, of course, our family comes first.
Here we are. So today we are visiting Rhode Island's only desert. Who literally knows what that is? But I'm kind of curious, and we heard it was pretty neat, so I'm excited. It was Greg's idea for a little special surprise because I turn 26 this week on Wednesday. So
let's go.
Cheers. We made it to the dunes. There's a little offshoot towards the side with a little lake, and we're having lunch here. And it's actually really beautiful. Like, it looks super blue, kind of like glacial water almost.
Kind of green, but
it's colorful. We'll give it that. Greg got some lunch finds. We have salads and sandwiches, fruit and veggies. So we're just gonna hang out here and then we're gonna check out the dunes. So I'm really excited. But it does say no swimming, something worth knowing if you ever go here. And you do have to walk maybe 200 meters to get to this point. So it's not just access right off the road. I guess that's worth knowing. So.
Where's the Rhode Island desert? And I was like, what? I was like, there is no Rhode Island desert. Yeah, it's the type that goes on light.
Update, there are a million fish in this little pond, and I feel like they want to approach my toes. We walked up this big hill to get here, and now I'm actually pretty hot. What would you say is the coolest thing about the dunes? Alright, so we just completed visiting the global destination of Rhode Island's only desert. And it was entertaining, and I'm glad that we went. He's smiling. Hi. Hello. I really want a golden retriever.
I know.
So we stopped by the Ocean State job lot to get some water shoes, and we're actually back at Carr and Tarbox Pond because we want to try going in the water, considering now we have some wet shoes, just in case the bottom isn't super good for bare feet. Ocean State job lot is the major plug. We both got these shoes for $10 each.
No, look at that.
Hello, it is a few days later since the earlier portion of the video when we went to the Rhode Island Dunes and Tar and Carbox Pond. Now it is Thursday, so my work week is almost done. It was super beautiful out today, I think 80s, so I got to wear something a little bit more flowy today. I got a long skirt and some flats, so that was nice. And I'm just really looking forward to the weekend. So I just felt like chatting about the debt progress today, and really a sit down chat because we are finally at 70,000, which is so exciting. What's exciting about getting down to 70,000 is I just feel really close to 50,000, and 50,000 is kind of the teeter between being really close to 100,000 and being closer to $0. It's that midway point of student debt. It's been going really well. We are following the Dave Ramsey method. We listen to Dave Ramsey every day. It does not get old. So we're doing the cash method for groceries, fun money, coffees, and our donations. So that's how we've been really sticking to our budget. The reason that we take out cash for those buckets is it's really easy to overspend in them. For example, groceries, there's so much inflation these days. So you really have to be mindful to not spend a lot of money. And then the same goes with coffees. I think that our generation, we like to get coffees out. So that's why we also take out a fixed amount of cash for every 2 weeks for coffees. So that's what we've been doing. It's been mostly a positive experience. I would say I genuinely 90% enjoy it because Greg and I were both really on the same page and we love Dave Ramsey, and I love working towards things. Some of you guys might remember when I was taking the CPA exams, I genuinely loved that summer because I felt like every morning I had something that I was waking up for and working towards, and it really feels the same way with the student debt. So I've had a few days when I've just felt really burnt out, obviously, but those are kind of few and far between. I'd say every few weeks they come through. Another thing that I was just thinking about this week, now that I'm 26, I've definitely been doing a lot of reflection. I just turned 26 on June 22nd. And it was just dawning on me that I feel a lot more content just recently than I've ever felt. It's just something to really be grateful for. And I was just realizing my lifestyle has seriously shrunk. Like, I don't spend a lot of money. I don't go out to eat. We don't buy clothes. But I've just never really felt so content. And I think that part of that is now I live with my best friend. And that makes a really big difference, being married. I think it was a lot lonelier before when I lived alone. And then another part of it is being plugged into the community. I feel like I've been really plugged in exceptionally more than I have in the past through volunteering and church and everything. But I do think a small slice of that contentment is also unplugging from the push to spend. I find a lot of fun in it, to be honest. So, like, for example, I don't know, I feel like when I was in college, I would spend money on coffees out all the time, and I would purchase bags of clothing from Abercrombie, but I didn't really feel very content or happy in college. And I think that's because I wasn't really fostering healthy relationships at the time. I mean, we all grow and we realize what we need in our healthy relationships and friendships and everything. I've just come to realize that spending money, it's a means for temporary happiness, but not really contentment. So it's just funny to think that I'm more content now than I've ever been, but it's just such a simple lifestyle that we've been living. We go to Market Basket and Aldi's and do our sale shopping, and then we're, not really going out to eat or buying clothes. And I've just come to really enjoy the lifestyle. So I was watching Fit and Frugal Mom, and she's such a hoot, and she is such the vibes that I feel like I will be when I'm a mom. So yeah, that's been fun. I just feel really plugged into the journey. Tonight I'm baking bread because I think it's Ezekiel bread that's maybe $7 at the food store these days, that I cannot do that on bread anymore. So I'm making bread because it's a healthy alternative, and it is so cheap to make bread. Another thing that we've been doing is, because we don't go out to eat, we sometimes are just so tired, we don't want to meal prep, so we'll get a DiGiorno pizza. So we were doing that for a few weeks, and then I took a look at our food budget and I realized, oh my gosh, we're spending $20 or $30 every few weeks on DiGiorno pizzas, and that's a lot of money. So we've been making our own pizzas now. So we make our own pizza dough. We always have marinara in the cabinet. We always have mozzarella in the fridge. So that's kind of a new way that we've been saving on food. And with inflation, we just have to be very, very intentional about it. I think it was a few months ago, we used to get towards the end of every pay period and we'd have some money left over in our envelopes, but we generally don't anymore. So I just have to be very intentional with our spending. What's another thing that we've been doing with the debt payoff? Oh, I know, I'm gonna get them. Another thing that we've been doing is shopping the flyers. I read the flyers for Market Basket and Aldi, aka The Plug, and I see what meat sales they have, and I just started doing this 2 weeks ago. And when I see that there's a sale on meat, I buy like 10 pounds of it, and I've been freezing most of it, but then meal prepping, you know, whatever I need for that current meal. So I've been kind of rotating, like if red meat is on sale, I'll buy 10 pounds of it. I just did that at Aldi's, it was a really good deal. The next week, chicken might be on sale at Market Basket for a really good rate. Usually the sales on chicken, it's the thigh or the drumsticks, which I know some people prefer chicken breast, but it's really pricey. I've found that we're saving a lot more money by bulk shopping the sales and then planning our meals around that. So I think this is actually the first paycheck in a while that we're done at the pay period, and I think we have 20 or 30 bucks left in our grocery fund. And that has not happened. Like I just said, that has not been happening because of inflation. So yeah, that's something that I've learned. So that's nice. So definitely a life hack and no shame in shopping the flyers. I just love the lifestyle. I don't know what it is. As you guys can see, I am in the thick of it with cheap, simple, wholesome living. It's been a good time. It's just nice to get away from consumerism. It's a lot better for the environment, better for the soul, I think. So that's been fun. Another thing on our mind is Rhode Island rent prices are jumping this year, as they are everywhere, and we just found out our rents is increasing again. So I will be moving, I think, for the 4th year in a row. Yeah, I've never stayed anywhere for more than a year for the last 4 years, I think. We have been really just thinking about where we currently live and the future and what we want in a neighborhood or a state that we live in. And it's just so frustrating because I feel as though Rhode Island thinks it can mimic the Boston suburb rent prices, but it's totally unjustified. When I lived in Mass, I could see where my tax money was going, or, you know, the extra cost of living. I generally feel like Massachusetts is a great state, but Rhode Island, it's just frustrating because I feel like the roads are just in awful condition, so many tolls, and I just feel like there's a lot less public parks and everything else in Rhode Island. So that's been kind of a gripe lately, but it's been on our mind. So very preliminary, but November we are going to pack up everything and find somewhere else to live because I just don't want to spend so much money in rent. And I know it's going to get past that threshold that is just unimaginably a ripoff that I don't want to do it. I want to get the debt paid off. I don't want to be, you know, shoveling thousands of dollars to rent. Something to look forward to though, because although change is tough, moving sucks and it's scary. Usually those scary, tough decisions, I don't end up regretting. You know, it's a good push to do something that you've always wanted or something that would ultimately be a better long-term decision. That's it. That's all that's really been good in my corner. Work's been good. Thinking about moving, considering the rent prices, and just, you know, hustling on that debt journey. I think we're gonna pay it off. I don't think I've ever said this, but I'm thinking early 2023. I'm thinking March. I honestly want to do it sooner than that. So, oh my gosh, we are so ambitious, but yeah, it's happening. The debt chain is definitely shrinking. My last little tidbit that I want to say is, if you're also on this journey, please let me know. It's kind of isolating. I've been having a hard time finding anybody else going to the lengths that I am. I know that there are people out there living this frugal, simple lifestyle, but it's hard to find. So yeah, just definitely let me know. I think that online and the media can really project the whole, you know, great profession, great income, that girl lifestyle with, you know, spending a bunch of money on Starbucks, getting a bunch of cute clothes for the office. But I just want to show that it's okay to, you know, have a good income, be a CPA, but still live a very humble lifestyle and, you know, find contentment away from consumerism, but instead your relationships and paying off student debt. So yeah, that was just something that I've been reflecting on. So thanks for watching this video. I am going to log off mentally for the day and turn off the camera because it's Thursday, so it's been a long week. Thanks guys for watching. Have a nice night.